out. Where'd you clear? Go, go, go!
You're the wrong enemy. Yeah. OSO. And it's like, because it's adding.
No, it's the DSO for. It's Leon's division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start. Okay. So now we're going with Leon's loadout. Well, Leon and Sherry, the weapons that they have access to. And this is what they have access to across all the games.
They have a lot of handguns, I will say.
Well, yes, because Leon is an agent. He's not a soldier. He's an agent. So he doesn't go in with like the larger guns. He goes in with fucking sidearm, and that's pretty much it. So they pretty much have access to almost all that.
Yeah, you have the entire loadout on this list.
Wait, is it actually all
I think
I don't think the 44
because
magnums
the machine guns aren't really on there, but anything else is.
Yeah. So I believe they have access to an M4 with a grenade launcher, right? M4 with the 203.
M4, yep.
Yep. Okay.
So,
And then SMG should be the MP7, right? I don't know if I put that on there.
Yeah,
MP7.
MP7.
Yeah. I know the TMP.
You have the MP9, but no MP7.
Okay, actually, oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, the MP7. Because the reason why I have the MP7 down for the umbrella units is because Hunk, his TMP comes with a stock, and that's the closest thing that I can come up with. When Leon has TMP, he has access to a stock, but whenever you see him in a cutscene with it, he's not using a stock. And the MP9 does not have a stock. So that's why I did that.
Oh, I see. It's like, so you just go with MP9.
Yeah, I just went with the MP9 because it had no stock.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. Oh, fuck, I don't have money for that.
Yeah, no, we can move forward right now.
We're poor.
Ish.
Actually, what I like about the 5.7 for this challenge, like for the Resident Evil challenge, it's not really much of a challenge. It's actually more just, hey, let's have fun.
It kind of gives us like an objective so that we're not afraid of
it's not just do whatever. Yeah. But what I like about using the 5.7 is Leon in Resident Evil 4 actually has access to the 5.7 from the merchant. It's called the Punisher. And true to reality, it actually has better penetration. Because the 5.7 by 28 has better penetration than 9 by 19. For some reason. I don't know why.
Is it just kind of like the bullet, or is it?
I think it's the bullet itself. So, oddly enough, in game he's using a 9. But the gun itself is modeled to be like a 5.7, and that thing has higher penetration than a standard 9mm, right? So in game, the Punisher, which is what that gun is called, it has the ability to shoot through 2 enemies.
Holy crap!
It doesn't change the damage output, but
but that's
it's really useful against enemies with, I don't know, a fucking wooden shield.
Because you get that more damage value because you hit one enemy, but if you can hit 2 enemies with 1 bullet, then that's better than just hitting 1 enemy with just 1 bullet.
Well, yeah, but on the other hand, I could use a shotgun.
I mean, I guess. That's
well, a lot of
it, go for more.
When you come down to it, a lot of it is based on the damage it has, and the Punisher is actually one of the lower damage weapons in that game, and it's because of that property. Because the Blacktail and the Red 9, at the end of when they're upgraded, the Red 9 does 6.5 on its damage when it's fully upgraded, okay? To put that in perspective, when it's fully upgraded, I believe the Punisher does only 1.9. So one shot from the Red 9 fully upgraded is 3 times more powerful. And then when you go with the standard handgun fully upgraded, it increases headshot criticals by times 5.
That's really good if you have the accuracy there. Kind of comes towards you.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's that's kind of like a gun that rewards a really more skilled kind of player.
Oh yeah, and that's why it's a standard handgun. For a second, I was like, what, is someone text you? And you're like, no, I'm looking at the list.
Yeah.
I'm looking at what I'm allowed to use.
I don't got it down packed in my mind.
Oh, I don't really either. That's why I made the list in the first place.
I was like, you kind of like looked this up last night, but you kind of general.
Well, I have a more general idea because I love the Resident Evil. That's fucking awesome. I think Leon's a super badass. I'm a straight guy and I think he's hot.
So, like, that's how I kind of enjoy in being like in a relationship is like just being able to say like, dude, that guy's damn attractive. Like, I
It's
don't
like,
want to date him.
well,
but
yeah,
he's
yeah. It's like
damn
I wouldn't
attractive.
date him, but like, damn, I can see why girls would want to date him. It's like,
Yeah.
fucking goddamn it. It's not even like him being attractive. Like, he's a fucking badass. We need to watch Resident Evil Damnation together because legit, you will see how much of a badass he is. Like, you know the tyrants?
I don't remember the.
Well, no, I mean like in Resident Evil, like you know what a tyrant is.
No, I do that.
Oh.
That's what I've had. Is like.
Yeah, they don't have specific names. There's like different models and whatnot. It's like,
I recognize. Like, I think I recognize the title, but I don't recognize.
okay, well, you know what a tyrant looks like, though, right?
I have like several models going in my head right now.
Well, just anyone.
Okay.
Okay. You know what you know what a tyrant is, right?
Yeah, check it.
There's this super fucking badass scene where Leon's fucking like there, completely out of ammo, and a tyrant's running at him. You know what he fucking does?
So it's running at him?
He draws a knife on a fucking tyrant. It's like, wait, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? He's like, I don't know. I'm still gonna fight it.
What shoot? Holy cow.
Well, it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, God damn it, Leon. It's like, you're sitting there up against one of the most powerful fucking Resident Evil enemies, and like, just no fear. It's just, whatever.
Like, all the odds.
Literally all the odds against him, and he's like, okay.
So we just kind of like,
He draws his knife, and it's basically, come at me, bro.
like, that's the thing, like, he's in that mindset.
He's so fucking badass. He's super fucking awesome.
Like, he's fit for the work he does. What he...
What, you mean physically fit, or like,
No,
fits?
it's like, he has mental.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Dude, physically, he is the character I'm closest to. Like, you look at my physique, right?
Yeah, you
just
guys
looking at
got that,
physiques of
like, you
characters.
got that slim fit.
Yeah, slim, and yet you have muscle.
So it's kind of like
He's
that
toned.
lean muscle, yeah.
He's toned, man. And I like this, honestly. I don't want to be like... Like, you
the
remember when
muscle,
Josh was wrestling, and like how he had a lot more muscle?
Yeah.
And he looked like a lot more buff? Like, I don't like that kind of... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I'd rather be lean.
I agree.
Instead of big.
I wish I had more of a build that kind of like went alongside that because.
Well, you see, what you gotta do is you gotta put your upgrade points into that stat. You put it in dex, not strength. I'm such an asshole.
Dude, like,
I don't have
feel
birthdays,
like,
I level up.
like that's the thing. I always loved like the deep kind of like the deep character in every single game. Like,
Well, the problem with
I
some of those is
never-
sometimes
I've
they're
never
not that powerful.
well,
Sometimes it's just you're fast. And like, don't get me wrong, fast is awesome.
they can be like sort of like around like a building tank, but what you really focus on is like critical damage. It's those huge bursts of power. You have. Like you might not be like the strongest just in general, but like once you get those fine crits,
You want the critical hits, like that standard handgun, fully upgraded. See, it all comes full circle.
Oh yeah, it does, man. Shoot, that is.
And that is why Leon is a badass!
That's the type of gun I would use, just because I just really.
Okay, dude, I think
just
Resident Evil games are why I love handguns so much.
I would say it's a huge contributor, like especially with how big handguns are in the game.
Dude, like, handguns are more useful than assault rifles in those games. It's like, what the fuck? Get out! But at the same time, it's like, dude, it's so badass!
Yeah.
And like, everybody complains about 9mm, and I'm just sitting there looking at Resident Evil, I'm like, they only use 9mm. Legit!
Wait, really?
For their standard handguns, yeah, it's pretty much only 9mm. For the Magnums, on the other hand, it's not really there. It's really unfamiliar. So like in Resident Evil 2, Leon has access to a Desert Eagle. It's 50 AE. Yeah, in like Resident Evil 4, he has access to what's called the Killer 7. It's basically a modified M19, so that's 45 caliber. Yeah. And then he has the Broken Butterfly, one of those. I'm gonna go ahead and assume it's a 357 Magnum. In Resident Evil 5, you get access to the SMW29. For some reason, it's got a super fucking long barrel, but whatever. I think that's probably like 44 Magnum. So like they have access to a lot of different types. Oh, what do you have?
Right now, the AK.
Oh, that's right. The AK is part of that loadout.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot.
That's why I had to look at it and make sure.
Yeah. So the reason why I have the AK here is Leon never actually uses an AK. Okay. But in Resident Evil Damnation, he has an AK variant. It's not an AK-47, but it's an AK variant. And it fires lighter ammo that I talked to you about earlier at the AK-74.
Oh.
And since, you know, the AK-47 is like the only... It's basically the only weapon I could have that could hit that. You know?
Yeah, I see.
So, can we get red
There
dots?
is actually no other people. Like, I was thinking that there was probably, like...
They have an AK-74 in this game that's not usable in this fucking game mode. It's bullshit!
That's what I was thinking. There's another AK.
Yeah, they have an AK-74, you would have fit this build way better. But you can't use it, and I don't know why, because you can't use it in multiplayer either.
Really? Is it only in, like, story mode?
It's only in campaign and a few special ops missions, but, like, it doesn't make an appearance in survival or any of this stuff. And I don't know why.
Like, they just completely forgot it in the loadout.
Yeah, I don't know, and then, like, I look at all the other guns in the game, and, like, I can't find another gun that's not available in all the game modes.
Oh.
Like, I think it's only the AK-74 that's not available.
And that would have been perfect for me.
It would have been perfect, and it drives me absolutely insane. I'm like, you motherfuckers! Give me my AK! Not the 47, the 74!
Oh.
Kinda like I want a 69, but not 96. Okay, that was a dirty one. I'm sorry, everybody. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. Where's my, Fuck, I'm looking at your radar again, goddamn.
Yeah, like...
I'm looking at it, like, why am I not getting closer to him?
Do you have your radar on your right, usually?
It's usually on the bottom right-hand corner, I believe.
It's in your bottom right-hand corner.
I mean, bottom left, yeah. I meant bottom left. Sorry.
I was like, why is he not dying?
You motherfucker.
It took him forever.
Took him forever to drop. The way you stood up there is fucking hilarious.
I should have bought ammo.
That's all good.
And I got my machine pistol.
So yeah, the reason why we have the M4 with the M203 grenade launcher is because in Resident Evil 6, I believe, Sherry has access to what I think looks like a SIG 556 Hollow with a grenade launcher on it. But we don't have access to the SIG 556.
Which kind of like makes me wonder, are they anyway related to the starters? Because they actually have to say...
Oh, in, you mean the weapon?
Yeah.
Actually, in Resident Evil 3, Jill and Carlos had access to a legit M4.
Oh.
Like that one, like you read that description, it's actually M4. What,
M4 is like good reliable.
Oh yeah, well, the problem with that, like with saying that, is there's a lot of guns that look very, very similar. So like the M4 and the SIG 556 actually do look quite familiar, or similar. Same with like an HMK 416, it looks very similar. There's a few distinguishing features, but they look very similar. So like,
kind of like
yeah.
They are like different. Are they like fringe models of it, or are they just kind of like better updates towards it?
It's just aesthetically they look very similar. How they actually work on the inside is very different. And I think the reason why they went for aesthetically similar is so that it would feel the same when you're picking it up and trying to aim.
Like
and a lot of that is because the M4 is a very, very famous assault rifle. Okay, like the United States uses it as their primary assault rifle for the army, and then you have like some of the British units are using that as well. French units, I think some of them have access to that. That is basically the M4 is basically the AR-15. It's basically just a fully automatic AR-15, and AR-15 platform weapons are very common around the world. Probably not as common as like an AK or anything like that, but it's very common. And the reason why I think the SIG 556 is set up so similarly is because like military and law enforcement are used to the fielding of an AR-15 now.
I actually like understand like that. That's actually really good. Kind of like sell for business is just kind of like if
It's
you
like,
have a
hey,
gun.
this thing might actually work better than the thing you guys already have, but it feels just as good.
It's like that
You don't have to
you
get
can
used
get
to it now.
you can actually upgrade your model and still get the same mastery over the gun because it just feels
Yeah.
the same for you.
Well, the problem with that though is the 5.56 is significantly more expensive, and that's why
I
the
can
Army
imagine.
doesn't have that. And then the HMA 416 actually has what you had in mind originally. It is an upgrade. It's made for Delta Force, and what it is like, they're sitting there like, okay, the M4 overheats too much, right? And it chokes up too much in the desert environments. We need to fix this for our tier 1 units.
How many people do they have?
Delta Force?
Yeah.
I think they're like lower than thousands. Like, those numbers are not disclosed to the public. Tier 1 units work under the highest levels of secrecy.
I mean, like, I would give and take an estimate because if you kind of like, although you might not really know the number in which like they have in the force, if you actually know their gun type, you can actually use the amount in which they spend on.
Well,
Purchasing
that's
their
one thing, because, like, on one hand, you could look at it like that. On the other hand, hey, we bought extra, guys!
Yeah, that is also true.
There's always a
But like,
possibility.
thing is, like, they won't buy a gun, just put it on hold for like another 10 years. You're probably going to like within a marginal error.
I don't know, man. Some guns last a really long time.
Man, sure, but they get old and new models will come out.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the big things about the HMG 416. It's like, you know, they want it to. Like, it's obviously not going to replace the M4 because it's way too expensive for that. But it's so much better. I think its rate of fire is a little bit lower, but when you're going semi-auto, that doesn't matter. That's something to find. Because, like, soldiers are pretty good. Are you prone too? Oh, no, you're not.
No, I'm not.
You're off on the other side of that.
Yeah, right where you are.
Yeah.
I just cracked the dogs.
But yeah, the 416, like, it doesn't choke up as much in the desert environment at all. Like, it probably can, but, like, it's way less. Like, I think the accuracy is very similar. The rate of fire is a little bit lower, but it doesn't overheat anywhere near as much. And that's why Delta Force has access to it. It was a weapon made specifically for that.
Kind of like, you actually know like what kind of forward or like what kind of reasons they would use.
Do I know what kind of reasons?
Yeah, like is there?
Okay,
like,
from what I've read up, they're basically more like soldier spies. So it's like, it's a soldier, but they go behind enemy lines. It's like, okay, you know how soldiers, like, look at my character right now, right? Oh, fuck, you're okay.
Yeah.
Basically, you see how I'm wearing a uniform and, like, I have all these regulations on my hair and bullshit, right? We can't see the faces right now because we have a mask on, but, like, you're wearing a uniform, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are not required to wear uniforms.
Oh, so
They don't have hair regulations. They're made to blend in with the enemy.
Oh.
They're basically the soldier spies.
They're ops.
Yeah. Well, when you say special ops, that's not gonna cut it because special operations units are tier 1. Oh, fuck me, that's just not. Oh, fuck me!
It seems like you forget like them all.
Well, you know, I'm not looking for numbers.
We were talking about that.
Oh yeah, special operations units in the United States are considered. Okay, actually, here's the thing. Okay, people oftentimes call them special forces, right?
Which I believe that could be sort of
Outside of the United States, that is the term that you use to describe these units. But in the United States, you don't call them special forces because that's the Green Berets.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's like, dude, what the fuck? They decided to go ahead and name the Green Berets Special Forces. And it's like, well, now what? Because every other country calls their special operations units Special Forces. So in the US, when you have, like, the Army Rangers, they're not Special Forces, it's Special Operational Forces.
Alright.
Anyways, so Special Operational Forces consist of Tier 1 and Tier 2. Okay? And those guys report to SOCOM, Special Operations Command. JSOC is the Joint Special Operations Command, which is what Tier 1 units are always under the command of. And there are certain times when Tier 2 units can be under the command of JSOC. It really depends on the situation, like if they're going to be, a joint special operation, right? But what basically Tier 2, like look at your Navy, right?
Yeah.
They're Tier 2. Army Rangers, they're Tier 2. MARSOC, Tier 2. Marines Recon, Marines Raider. Oh shit, timer's up. Time to pause. Actually, no, I'll pause after. Yeah,
Here at the end.
Yeah, I guess. I'll continue talking about this.
Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh god, oh god. Oh.
So your Marines Raiders, Marines Recon, those guys are all Tier 2, okay? Your Army Rangers, Tier 2. Green Berets, yeah, Tier 2. Navy SEALs, Tier 2. Air Force Pararescue Men, Tier 2. Okay? Like, any of those special operations units are considered Tier 2, and anything Tier 2 is special operations. Okay? On the other hand, Tier 1 is DevGRU, which is SEAL Team 6, and Delta Force, and the Air Force's 24th Special Operations Wing, I believe. So, yeah. Tier 1 and Tier 2 are special operations. Tier 3 is just your regular everyday soldier. And one problem that I have with people always saying, like, Marines are the best, when it comes down to it, Tier 3, yes, the Marines will probably be the most effective. Like, they'll have a harder training and stuff like that. And I'm not saying, like, they are the best at Tier 3, I'm saying they're more likely to be, like, at least a little bit higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like saying all Marines are, like, way better. It's not like, at least somewhat is what's likely.
Like, if you look at
their boot camp and their training is long. Yeah, their boot camp is longer and their requirements are higher.
Yeah. So I think if you look only at the requirements, I would say
yes. That's why at the lower level they are considered higher for me. So people end up saying like, "Oh, the Marines are the best." Period, right? And that's where I have a problem. Because when you get down to it, like, there's Tier 2 units, right?
Oh, yeah. No.
And that's where you start to get into the gray areas about who's best and who's not. Because let's look at it like this, okay? Air Force Pararescue Men versus the Marines Raiders, right? Some of those guys are made to jump out of fucking planes. Some of those guys are made to come in from the frickin' water. Now, if we had the Marines jumping out of planes, like, they could probably still get that done, but they wouldn't be as effective, Yeah. If we had the Air Force Pararescue Men swimming their way onto the land, that would probably be very much less effective. Now, if you put them back in their respective roles, they're going to do super fucking well, because that's what they're trained for. And that's why I have a problem with people saying the Marines are the best. Like, they're best for what they're trained for. And their mission is different from a lot of the other special operations units. When it comes down to it, like, yes, a lot of their stuff will overlap, but they're all different. And saying that one is better than the other is really good. It's like, let's go ahead and take another step back. Okay, go back into Tier 3 units. Okay, oh, fuck me, I'm gonna die. Let's go ahead and take another step back into Tier 3 units, okay? Go ahead and tell one of your Air Force units to fucking sail a boat. Can he fucking do it? Probably not. He might be able to, but probably not.
If you got some outside training, but that's not really covered.
Go ahead and tell your Marines to fly a fucking F-22 and bomb specific targets. Are they gonna be able to do it? Very unlikely. And that's why I have problems with it. With people saying the Marines are the best. Okay? I'm not here to shit on the Marines or anything. I'm not here to say that they're not, great, because let's be real here, that training is tough on any of the tiers. And for any branch, it can be tough. It just really comes down to the mission. And people saying, oh, one's better than the other. It's like, no, fuck you. They're best for what they do. And there's a reason they do what they do.
You want to give respect.
I want to give respect to all the people who deserve it. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, fuck you, like, they're best or whatever. It's like, no, like, they're all made for different situations. And fuck me, I'm going to die again, aren't I?
You're picking up a lot.
It's because I'm so busy talking, you're just here listening. I'm ranting about military, and you're like, pew 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 pew!
Yeah, dude, this is my military right here.
I actually wanted to be a ranger at one point.
The Ranger?
Yeah,
No.
I wanted to be a ranger.
I want to ask you about that, but we should probably end the episode after this.
We should probably fucking end the episode. I've gone on way too long about this. Full auto, hey guys, what's up?
Alright,
Oh,
sick.
Coolio, the fucking thing's done. Yay, bye guys.
We got Juggernaut.
Dylan, say bye.